MSI GP63 Leopard 8RE Full HD Performance Gaming Laptop. Review Deal Discount Unboxing Setup. Amendment for Year 1. Everything said below still stands, but sometimes you want to know how something handles after a year of use. So I've been using this laptop on and off for a year now. Me and my wife use it to play Guild Wars 2 together. We've done lots of things with this, and for emulation it's simply a beast that's portable. Battery life still kind of sucks at just over 3 hours, but that hasn't changed, so the battery is pretty high quality. Still not sure about this god-awful non-MSI branded charger, but it hasn't failed either. All in all, the laptop still works as new. But there's some quirks. Mainly, aside from the font I will never not complain about, is the fact that sometimes, the Dragon Center doesn't exactly do what you want it to do with the lighting. And that's probably been fixed in an update for the software, but I'm still a little upset with how much had to go into it just to make it work. I'm a firm believer things should work out of the box. For the price I paid, this should have definitely had a 3ms120Hz display, and it doesn't. That aside, I still really love this laptop, but I'd get an upgrade if I could. MSI is great, however, and this laptop has changed my opinion of the company after a year of using it. If you want my verdict, without reading everything below, it's that you should get it if you are a gamer that doesn't care about high frame rates. If you are, look out for models that specifically have the 120Hz plus display refresh rate, and get one with a 1070 at minimum. And now for the old, in-depth review below. So, there's a lot to love about this system. Not only does it have that new cooler boost system in it, but it's an absolute beast at under 5 pounds, which makes it perfect for me as I carry this in a bag often. So what are the big pros to this? 1. It's got an insane keyboard. Sure, it's more or less the standard chiclet fare, but SteelSeries knocked it out of the park with the distance you have to go to press each key and how good it feels to press each key down individually. Never mind the fact that this thing is RGB, which, quite frankly is up my alley. If it barfs rainbows, I'm about that. I just wish I could make it barf rainbows all the time. Bear in mind it has this really gamery font to it, which I suppose makes sense since this is a gaming laptop. Make no aversions to the alternative. But I wish they had an option that didn't remind me of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man every time I looked at the keyboard, which thankfully isn't often. 2. The 8th Gen Core i7 in this thing is ridiculous. Don't look at the hardware spec and see that it's got 2.8 GHz slapped on there and then think this is an overpriced plank of wood. This thing blows my desktop processor out of the water overclocked at 4.3 GHz, for reference, i5-6600K, so it's expected, and because of its 6 cores, it's an absolute dream for Twitch streaming, video editing, and playing Skyrim with all the mods. All of them. Even the slutty ones. All of them. So many cheese wheels. The thing has the usual turbo clock, you might have read a bit about it. At turbo clock it can hit speeds of about 4 GHz and not feel too much throttle as the heat gets turned up, thanks to 3. Its cooler boost system. I haven't even felt the effects of heat on this thing yet, and that's important, because I work outside and it can get really hot out here. That makes this what I really bought this laptop for, along with the next point, its weight. Because lightweight and cool was absolutely no compromise for me. Let me start by saying I haven't actually pushed the system to its limits yet, but being in 105-degree weather in the middle of July has to have an effect on things, especially if it's on continuously. 4. It's lightweight. At just under 5 pounds, I couldn't find an issue with this. It's par for the course with laptops in general these days with their whole thinner and lighter thing going, but this is great for someone like me who walks a lot with it strapped to my back. 5. It turns heads. It isn't sending that Lamborghini message that Asus ROG laptops send. Sorry Asus, you're still by, but I'm giving it to MSI in the department of not looking so gaudy, but rather a nice. I don't know. Porsche vibes. Maybe McLaren. I love the slight angles on this, And I love that it doesn't scream "look at me" when you have it out at a Starbucks or something. People see it, they respect it, because it looks like a machine you can actually use in the office. It has a professional look to its design. Although the keyboard is RGB, you can set that to be whatever single color you like with the drag and center situations. It's definitely a look-R, and I might have impregnated at least a dozen women by look alone with this thing, but don't take my word for it. 6. I didn't think I'd dig the 1050 Ti, but I do. I've been in the NVIDIA camp ever since AMD's focus shifted a bit and quality control went down, and though I like AMD now more these days, I gotta hand it to the Max-Q tech in this machine. This card is the truth. It's no 1080, like I have in my desktop. But it handles everything I throw at it. And then some. What didn't I like? 1. Speaker position. While the sound is admittedly really damn good, the speaker positioning being on the bottom of the laptop means that sound can be muffled based on what it's on. Not particularly a deal breaker, though. But is it really so hard to put our speakers in the top? 2. Screen is capped at 60Hz. I don't know, I thought I was getting the 120Hz model, and I was super excited about that because my frame is, but seeing that it's optional per the sticker on my model, I was really bummed out. I don't see it on the store page however, so I don't know if I have any right to complain. But MSI, if I did get the model with the 120Hz display, PLS fix? 3. What this thing is really missing is a better font for these keys. My god, I hate this font. Whose bright idea was this font? 4. So the battery. Let's not talk about the battery. 3 hours or so is fine, I shouldn't have it unplugged that long anyway. But let's talk this brick of a charger. Not only is it like £3, it's not even MSI branded. Chicani isn't a brand I'm familiar with and I hope this doesn't fry my computer at some point. But my main gripe is why the hell is this charger so heavy? I get that this machine needs a lot of power. But did the charger really have to be this heavy? As someone who wanted something lightweight, I expected this to be across the board, but I'm carrying what now feels like 8 pounds, plus whatever I need in my bag, which is already kind of heavy duty. I realize this is nitpicky however, and that's why I don't really mind it too much. Still, I would say buy this if you need something practical, that looks nice, and handles well. Special discounts on product. Get the discount link in the description box.